Haftarat Tzav. Thus says Adonai Tzevaot, the God of Israel, you may as well eat the meat of your burnt offerings along with that of your sacrifices. For I didn't speak to your ancestors or give them orders concerning burnt offerings or sacrifices when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. Rather, what I did order them was this: pay attention to what I say, then I will be your God, and you will be my people. In everything, live according to the way that I order you, so that things will go well for you. But they neither listened nor paid attention, but lived according to their own plans and the stubbornness of their evil hearts, thus going backward and not forward. You have done this from the day your ancestors came out of Egypt until today. Even though I sent you all my servants the prophets, sending them time after time, they would not listen or pay attention to me, but stiffened their necks. They did worse than their ancestors, so tell them all this, but they won't listen to you. Likewise, call to them, but they won't answer you. Therefore, say to them, this is the nation that has not listened to the voice of Adonai their God. They won't take correction. Faithfulness has perished. It has vanished from their mouths. Cut off your hair and throw it away. Take up a lament on the bare hills. For Adonai has rejected and abandoned the generation that rouses his anger. For the people of Yehudah have done what is evil from my perspective, says Adonai. They have set up their detestable things in the house which bears my name, to defile it. They have built the high places of Tophet in the Ben Hinnom Valley, to burn their sons and daughters in the fire, something I never ordered. In fact, such a thing never even entered my mind. Therefore, the days are coming, says Adonai, when it will no longer be called either Tophet or the Ben Hinnom Valley, but the Valley of Slaughter. They will put the dead in Tophet, because there will be no space left anywhere else. The corpses of this people will become food for the birds in the air and the wild animals. No one will frighten them away. Then in the cities of Yehudah and the streets of Jerusalem, I will silence the sounds of joy and gladness and the voices of bridegroom and bride, because the land will be reduced to ruins. At that time, says Adonai, these enemies will remove the bones of the kings of Yehudah, the bones of his princes, the bones of the Kohanim, the bones of the prophets, and the bones of the inhabitants of Jerusalem from their graves. They will spread them out, exposed to the sun, the moon, and the entire army of heaven, whom they loved, served, walked after, sought after, and worshipped. The bones will not be collected or reburied, but will be left lying on the ground like dung. All the survivors of this evil family who remain wherever I have driven them will prefer death to life, says Adonai Tzevaot. Here is what Adonai says: the wise man should not boast of his wisdom. The powerful should not boast of his power. The wealthy should not boast of his wealth. Instead, let the boaster boast about this, that he understands and knows me, that I am Adonai, practicing grace, justice, and righteousness in the land, for in these things I take pleasure, says Adonai. The days are coming, says Adonai, when I will punish all those who have been circumcised and their uncircumcision,